Today, I started thinking about unicorns. Monoceros is Latin for unicorn and is the name of the constellation of the unicorn, only visible in the winter months in the northern sky. Then it disappears from view, reappearing again the following winter, and so appears to die, but then is reborn again the following winter, December 25th, which also coincides with the winter solstice, where the sun is reborn. So, in an astrological context, the unicorn has been associated and represents Christ. During the medieval period, the church demonized astrology. In other words, it was not allowed for the general public. While Christian writings interpret the unicorn and its death to Jesus, certain occult circles regard an esoteric significance to it which predates Christianity altogether. Where Christian scholars interpret some aspects of the unicorn as an allegory for Christ's relationship with the Virgin Mary, the pagan myths involving the unicorn's horn refer to sacred acts that require a virgin or at least elements of chastity, the unicorn symbolic of purity, and that divine energy that many call God or Goddess. The hunt of the unicorn are a set of 7 unicorn tapestries that date back to the Middle Ages, which were purchased by John D. Rockefeller Jr. in 1922 for about $1 million, which translates to $25 million in today's money.
As a result of fathers and mothers' interest in medieval art and architecture, when they heard from a dealer in France whom they'd known and through whom they'd bought a certain number of things, of the availability of a remarkable set of Gothic tapestries called the unicorn tapestries. I think this was back in the 20s. They were delighted to be able to buy them. This was certainly one of the most wonderful acquisitions that my parents were ever able to acquire. While my parents rarely talked about the symbolism in the tapestries, they did tell me the story of the hunt of the unicorn. The unicorn, they explained, is the symbol of Christ, and the resurrection is represented in the last tapestries, where the unicorn has revived after having been killed by hunters.
Of course, the number 7 holds occult significance in itself, and the tapestries depict scenes which can be interpreted in an astrological context, such as this one, which shows 12 hunters, which represent the 12 houses of the zodiac. The scenes range from the start of the hunt to the unicorn being attacked, captured and made docile by a virgin, then killed, then appearing in the castle in captivity, but alive or resurrected. The tapestries are very rich in symbolism, both astrologically and in an esoteric or sacred sex and or spiritual context, and too much for me to cover in detail in such a short video. That said, there's another aspect of the unicorn mythology that I wanted to touch on, which was denied by the tradition of the medieval Roman Church, that Jesus may have been a father and not just the celibate son of God, but the horn of the unicorn, the symbol for his virility, could purify the polluted waters, so to speak, as we see here, the unicorn and the maiden and the purification of the stream. The church fathers who recognize the unicorn as a symbol for Jesus Christ explain his head in the lap of the maiden by explaining that Jesus is trying to return to the womb of his mother. Clearly, this is a stretch and an attempt by the church patriarchs to take away any sexual connotation of his horn. Not only that, but any insinuation that Jesus fathered any children, that any offspring or bloodlines existed. In fact, some Gnostic sects, such as the Cathars, believe Jesus was never crucified or that he had survived the crucifixion and had come to southern France to escape further persecution. Southern France, which is also near Basque Country, incidentally, has among the highest concentration of Rh-negative blood type, and also suffered the greatest death toll during the Inquisition, with a near total extermination of the Cathars at the hands of the Church. In the Hunt tapestries, popular in the Middle Ages, the unicorn is hunted and viciously attacked by dogs. Since the pure white unicorn is a symbol for Christ, it has been suggested that in the Hunt for the Unicorn tapestries, the unicorn represented the Cathar faith, hounded and eventually destroyed by the Vatican in the 13th century. The word Cathar comes from the Greek katharoi, meaning pure. My name is Robert Sepehr. I'm an anthropologist. You can find my published work on Amazon. There should be a link in the description to my Patreon where you can make a donation if you'd like to support my work. Thank you for sharing, for liking, subscribing. Please don't forget to leave me your thoughts in the comments section. I hope you have a great week, and I hope to see you again soon.